A very good afternoon to Madam Frazi. My name is Pang Yung Ling. Today I would like to present about my final examination project, which is for the question number 3. So, as the question requested, I will perform for the two tests, which is urine examination using microscope and the centrifuge, and also another one is the biochemistry test, which is more focusing on the hormones and the cancer marker. The hormones I will choose for the FSH, LH, and the estradiol test, and also for the cancer marker I will choose for the CA125 and CEA, which is usually performed in my labs. So the instrument will include is a centrifuge and the torso machine. So first go for our first machine, which is the centrifuge, because it is used for the both tests. So for the centrifuge, at the first we need to make sure no leak, no any problems, and make sure the electric supply is on, and we need to balancing it before we start to spin our samples. So for urine test, usually I will pull the urine from the falcon tube from the urine solar portal tube to the falcon tubes, and then spin at 1500 RMP for 5 minutes. And while for the blood sample, I will usually use the gel tube, which is the serum separator tubes. So after at the 4000 RMP for 10 minutes. After that, you open the lids, then the sample is done. So this test will be shown on for my another videos. So this is the first things. So for the next instrument, we will introduce for the microscope. As we know, microscope before we use and after we use, we need to clean it using the lens paper and the alcohol. So usually I will cleanse the lens from 10 PowerPoint magnification lens until 100 PowerPoint magnification lens. So after we cleanse it, then we take out the urine sample from the centrifuge. Just now we spin, and then we pour the supernatant and left some sediments, mix it, and then mix it with the pipette. Use the up down methods, and then we put a drop of the urine from on the glass slides and cover it with the cover slip, and then put on the slide stage. Then view under microscope for 10 until 40, because this is a wet mouth, not a dry mouth, and we didn't use the oil emulsions. So after that, I will show, and same goes to this all step will be presented in another videos. So for our next instrument is the torso machine, which is usually using in my labs for running hormone sample and the cancer marker samples. So when we spinning the blood samples, at the same moment we can switch on the toxo machine and then prepare all the reagents so that we won't waste our time for waiting for it. So after we on the toxo machine samples, we need to insert the substrate or replace the substrate from the 70% alcohols. This is usually a usual step we need to follow for the SOP. So after the machine is on, if it will show the manual. So we click to the manual and then we need to insert how many substrate is left in the bottles. So if let's say it's 90, so we just insert 90 and then press OK. After that, we need to run our standards. So when we put the standard, we need to check for the diluent, the waste, and the pepper. Is it enough? If the waste is full, we need to pour it into a empty bottles and then lock and then close the lid properly and then throw in the biohazard bins. After we do all these steps, and then after we run the standards, and we need to run our control. So the control is we need to prepare 3 control, which is come from a set. Is the control 1, control 2, and control 3. And then we need to run, depends on the sample we receive, but usually I will run all the tests that we done, so that we did in my lab. So after that, I no need to headache for the next. So you run for the FHS, LH, Estradio, CA125 and CA at the same times for 3 different controls and for our daily check. After the control is done, we need to proceed to then we just can spin our blood sample and then we need to wait for our result come out. That's it. Thank you.